Hello.
Hi everyone, this is the incredible Christine Taylor Butler. Um, and she's the author of over 70 books, major award winner, exquisite human being, fiction, non-fiction, all ages, you name it. She's quite extraordinary with 2 degrees from MIT. And we were talking, and she was talking about why she loves Scrivener. And I said, Christine, can I just film you this for our Scrivener page, talking about this? So, Christine, why do you love Scrivener?
Okay, 2 reasons. First, let's talk nonfiction. I have a client, one in particular, Scholastic, I do an awful lot of work for. And when I was using Microsoft Word, you know how it is. You have a folder on your desktop, and every folder is that particular book. And then each thing you're doing is its own document. Think of Scrivener as a file cabinet for all of those documents in a single document. So, what I'm able to do now is Scrivener allows me to index everything on the side. I can say, hey, you know what? I'm working on fish and I'm also working on amphibians. The style is going to be the same. I can have in my fish folder the file for my bibliography and the file for quotes I'm finding and ideas and research. And if I find an interesting page, I can actually cut and paste that information in the page with the link where I found it. I can drag over photos. When I'm done, I can collapse that folder and create another one for the next book. So every single title I have done for Scholastic, and there's a lot of them, are in the same folder. So now switch over to fiction. When I was starting to write Tribes, I have to give my book a plug. Yes,
Yes.
my book. Um,
And
I
that's The
actually,
Lost Tribes, by the way.
I'm sorry, The Lost Tribes.
And it's a series, and the first one is already out and getting rave reviews.
I use a lot of nonfiction in this science fiction fantasy. So I literally have here are my notes on Easter Island, and here are my notes on Buddhism, and here are all the photos I took when I lived on the Navajo reservation, and they're all indexed in the same document. So I'm not in Microsoft Word going, okay, wait, I've got to get all the way down to page 195. I have every chapter indexed. I can move them around. It will generate Cyber 3x5 cards with a synopsis for me to look at if I'm trying to rearrange the way the plot works. But here's the other cool thing. You can have...
Don't you love...
I love Scrivener. Because, when you're ADD, you need it all kind of like... It has a thing called document notes and project notes. So for the project note, I can put on the side, remember this character has green eyes, or remember you've got this cat, you've got to make sure the cat is showing up in certain scenes. And then the document specific is just for that chapter. So I can put in notes, or if you're doing cut and paste, what you can do is say, wait a minute, I'm going to cut this out, but I'm going to put it over to the side where I can see it in case I have to pull it in. In the second book, the kids are using GPS locations to get around the world. And I can say, wait, here's how you get to Smithsonian. Here's the website address. Here's what they say their longitude and latitude is. But here's the even better kicker. It will, okay, can you tell I really love Scrivener? It will output a .mobi, so you can read it on your Kindle software. You read your draft. It will output an ebook so you can read it in your iBooks. So I go on a plane and I actually read my drafts on an iPad. But one day my hard drive just crashed. And unbeknownst to me, when we had the computer fixed, I had an old version of my Scrivener file and a deadline looming on my laptop. So I opened that laptop, opened that file, which synced it to Dropbox and wiped out the draft that I had 8 new chapters written for. And I thought, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. So I go online and think, what am I going to do? How do I reverse that? Because, you can rewrite the chapters, but you can't revisit that emotion the way you did before. And I find a little chat room where it has happened to other people, and they said, that's okay. Whenever you close your Scrivener file and put it away, it makes archive backups of the last 5 iterations of your file. All of those notes, everything is backed up. And so I went back, and sure enough, I was working on an older version, but it had an archive backup of the most recent version. Um, and the heavens opened. You don't even have to be religious. But yes, I worship at the altar of Scrivener. It is a great organizational tool for writing. A lot of my professional writer friends are now migrating to Scrivener.
And you were saying you also do your blog posts that way too.
I do. I have a whole Scrivener file just for blog posts, and the reason why is when you get an idea, you can start writing that blog post, and then when you're ready to blog, you can cut and paste it into the blog. It may upload. I haven't experimented with that the way Mac Journal used to, but I also have another file that's just called Parking Lot. Every time I have an interesting book idea, I have a fiction and nonfiction, then I can write as much as I know about it, put it in its own folder, and then when I'm ready to start on a book project, I haven't lost any of that. So um, I would say get a trial version, give it a try. I do not work for them.
Yeah.
I don't get a commission from them.
Now, Scrivener rocks, and that's why we call the course Rock Your Writing with Scrivener. Or the mighty Scrivener. We've got a whale for the image because
I feel like I'm proselytizing, but there was no chance of me working on this science fiction novel and getting it to the level it was without a place where I could see everything all kind of lined up in one place.
Oh, thank you. That was
You're
awesome.
welcome. You're welcome.
Bye for now.
Bye.